guys, Scott Gailor here from the Tone Junkie Chronicles, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Boss Katana head and using it as just a head, not using the internal effects, but using a pedal board. You'll see shots in and out of the video what I'm using down below, so let me go from right to left. I'm using a Boss Super Overdrive Wazacraft, and I'm using that in the stock setting, not the Waza setting, and I'm using it, the level is up at about 75%, the drive is at about 25%, tone's about 5 o'clock. Using a blues driver, the Waza in the Waza setting with the gain at about 60%, level at about 50%, tone at about dead center. I'm using the Boss new DS1, the black and orange reversal, so it kind of looks like a metal zone. You know, everybody's had a DS1, everybody has loved or hated the DS1. I still like them, they're kind of fun. So this is an unmodded DS1, and level is on 10, distortion is at about 75%, and the tone's at about 5 o'clock. I'm using it at DD500, setting A is 300 milliseconds. Analog, and setting 2 is smooth delay 800 with slow attack. And I'm using a Boss RV6 reverb on the spring setting, pretty big and bold, so I wanted to be able to kind of mix it up a little bit and do some different things. Now the trick to this is I'm running this in panel mode. So as you go across, you have channel 1, 2, 3, 4, and then panel. So this is just like I'm running ahead. I'm in the clean channel. I've got the gain somewhere at about maybe 2 o'clock and the volume at about 5 o'clock. I mean, it's pretty wide open on the volume end of things. A little bit of bass, EQ and treble are in the middle, and no reverb, no mods, no effects at all from the head. Presence is at about 3. And master volume is halfway, and I'm on the 50 watt setting. So nothing is in the effects loop. Oh, sorry. This is the stock sound. Okay, so that is just a stock. You know, this is my the Tele that I use for a lot of different stuff, going straight in. No mojo. It is just stock. So first thing we want to do, I want to go to a clean sound. So I'm going to throw a little reverb on. I'm going to go to position 4 on the Tele. So a nice clean sound, kind of snappy. I can give it the 300 milliseconds of delay. You know, it's just kind of somewhere Keith at the Guitar Guru Network is cringing at U2 right now, but it's just a nice simple clean. It's good tapping clean. So, pretty cool right out of the gate. Turn both those off. Let's go right to DS1. Let's just go for some distortion. Kind of took me right back to high school there for a second. So kind of cool. It's the new DS1, so it's limited to 3,000 pieces, and it's black with orange as opposed to orange with black. Kind of fun, you know. It's your typical DS1. But again, this is a solid state head. Taking a distortion pedal and taking it pretty well, you know, without any question. Now, I have to be honest, I'm not a distortion guy. I'm an overdrive guy. I tend to play with overdrives way more than I play with distortion. So I'm going to start first with the Waza Overdrive. And it's just got that classic. just a real bitey, you know, kind of Angus Youngy. Actually, Angus hasn't been young in years, but kind of Angus Young kind of tone. And again, we're going straight into the clean channel. I can turn that off and just put the blues driver on. Now the blues driver is in the Waza setting, and this is a little darker. You know? Just got a little bit of that Stevie-esque, but now I put these two together. Tone very reminiscent to some of the things that I actually use live, so I kind of dig it. It's nice and a term I use a lot, it's throaty. It's another thing you can do, and this is kind of what I was doing a lot with this amp, is I'm going to turn this down for a minute. I'm going to go to the crunch channel and put the amp kind of like a plexi setting. So turn everything off. So like if you're playing an old Marshall, so pretty cool, different stuff, but honestly the clean for me is the way to go when I'm using in panel mode. So I'm going to put that back in there. And I'm going to change gears here for a minute and go to the shimmer setting on the reverb. Give myself about 800 milliseconds on the delay. Give this a little more volume. So there it is. You can do a lot of cool stuff with this. You can add any pedals you want. It plays well with everything. Even plays well with a fuzz, which I'm going to do some different videos with that later on. And again, this is right out front. You can use it. If I was going to use this actually in a live situation, I'd put the delay and the reverb in the actual effects loop so I can control it that way, and then I'd have a volume pedal for my swells, and then I'd use the overdrives out front. And I would probably, in retrospect, if I had to go back, I would throw on the ODX1X with the new MSD or MDS, MSD? I don't know. I never get that right. The new technology that Boss is using is really cool. I would sub that in for the DS1 just because I think this pedal's really, really badass. But pretty cool overall. If you have questions, you can hit me up at scottgailorlessons@gmail.com. Of course, you can go to bossus.com to look up more details on the amp. You can find me at scottgailor.com, tonejunkiechronicles.com. I'm also a contributing artist over at Octavology and all that fun stuff. So thanks for stopping by the Tone Junkie Chronicles. Thank you for listening, watching, liking, subscribing, and sending all that love. Peace.